Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by the one, the only Noah Jackson of Croswell football. How are you?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Doing well. So, how's the season been going for you so far?
Season's been going pretty good for me so far. We've had a few ups and downs, couple losses to two big teams, but I'd say overall with what we have, we're doing great.
Yeah, and just like you're playing in a in the BWalk, and obviously I've learned a lot about this conference in the last few years. I know it's filled with good, it's filled with a lot of good teams. What's it just like to play in this conference?
Well, it's a little bit different than some like city teams where they pass a lot. It's just heavy run. All they want to do is run the ball with them corn-fed country boys and just hit you as hard as they can, all that they possibly can. Like our defensive ends and our linebackers, all they're doing is get hammered by guards. So, it's tough, and you just got to be tough when you play.
So I know you're remind everybody what position you play.
I play middle linebacker and also fullback.
Um, so what's it like playing both sides of the ball there, Noah?
Playing both sides of the ball, it's pretty exhausting throughout the game, especially if coaches expect 100% out of you every single play. So, I mean, you get one or two breaks here and there, but most of the game, it's just you battling it out, and it's just fight. It's a fight.
Yeah. I know I gotta ask you, like, what's it like? Can you? I know you've been in some pretty good games this year. Can you name me just one that really kind of stands out to you?
One game that really stands out to me is North Branch. Going into that week, everyone was expecting North Branch to win. Everyone was voting against Croswell. They were saying how physical North Branch was, how great of a team they were, and how they held these good players. And we went in there and we punched them in the mouth, and then we just kept battling. And they hadn't been in any game where they faced adversity where we were down in the first half against Swan Valley, and then we played that hard or the difficult game against Armada in week two, and then week three against Richmond, and then week four where we played North Branch.
Yeah. Um, are you a senior this year, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so first off, can you believe that you're a senior this year?
It's crazy. The time's just been flying by. Like I remember freshman year, I just started, and I was just learning what football was, and now I'm a senior, and I'm like the top dog. I always remember watching all the big kids and thinking, wow, their guys, those guys are really cool. I can never be one of them, and here I am. I'm one of the team captains senior year, and everyone looks up to me.
Okay. Um, all right. I've been doing this been doing this throughout the year with seniors, but can you tell me a story from freshman year that you remember?
Story from freshman year. Um, I remember I remember playing against Almont. This would have been first year high school. I believe our team went 9-0 that year, and we had a lot of great athletes. And there's one game where we just against Almont we ended up like beating them, and then I believe we had a scoop and score, and it was just great. We won. We ended up winning that game.
Yeah. And really the last 2 years, I know Croslex has been a really strong team. And now with Coach Holes going there, really the last few years, what's it been like now with year two with now that you really got that now that everybody knows him and he knows you guys, what's it been like now compared to now that we're 6 games in compared to year one?
Hmm. Well, year one we had uh, Coach Mike LeGros, and then my sophomore year we had him, and then he ended up leaving, and then we had Coach Holes come in. At first it was difficult to adjust to because we were used to all these different plays, a whole different offense, different defense, and at first it was weird getting into it, but then we kind of found our groove, and we really bonded together as a team. And then coming into this year two, knowing what to expect, knowing what to do, it was just the expectation was there, and we were just ready to go. We were ready to play, and we had set a good example for all the younger guys coming up, and Now everybody just works really hard and it's great.
Yeah. Um, I know there's only 3 games. Hard to believe there's only 3 games left in the regular season. Um, are you kind of how are you kind of approaching these last 3 games of the regular season to get ready for the postseason?
Well, right now we're going into Imlay City and we're we're pulling up a couple of young kids that are like freshmen and sophomores from the JV team that we think will be really good as backups. And last week with Algonac and this week with Imlay City, our plan is to like run through all our plays, make sure we have everything solidified so we know what our assignments are, angles, blocking schemes, and everything. And we're getting these young guys up so they get experience. So if one of us needs a break, we have a well seasoned player that we can put in and have. So that's what we're doing right now.
And obviously, every team can do that with the fifth quarter rule. So, um, okay, let me ask you this now:
Hmm.
how do you mentally get ready for a game?
Mentally get ready for a game. Uh, you got to go into the game thinking that it's a battle, it's a war, and it's like you're actually fighting. So I get extremely concentrated, ready to literally play my heart out. And once we get into the game, it's just you get comfortable, and then you just hit, and that's how it's been. All these other games and going into these the final part of the season, we just got to continue the mindset that we're gonna go in there and we're just gonna punch the person or our opponents in the mouth, and we're just gonna play as hard as we possibly can, and we just continue with that effort throughout these next 3 weeks and into the playoffs. Like keep it the exact same we have been. Don't change the mindset.
All right, let's get to know you a little bit, Noah. How about that?
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
What's your overall favorite who's like your overall favorite team to root for? Just anything, college, pro, any sport.
I love the Detroit Lions. Always have.
Okay.
Like
Favorite
gotta
food.
be my favorite out of all sports.
Yeah, obviously. Okay.
Favorite food. Oh, pizza.
Okay. Where's the okay. And where's a good pie around Croslex?
Good pie around Croslex.
What I mean, Pete, I mean, where's the best place to get a pizza in Croslex?
Best place. Gotta be thumbs up. It's like the local bar and grill, and they make some great pizzas.
That's pretty cool. Um, okay. What is let's see. Best moment from your football career. This could be all 4 years.
Best moment. Had to be when we beat North Branch this year. We went in there, prepared ourselves really well, and we functioned really well as a team, and that had to have been my favorite moment when we just absolutely pummeled them when everybody didn't expect us to.
Yeah. All right. And then and then lastly, what is something people do not know about you?
Something people do not know about me. Uh, I've only done football since the eighth grade year.
Really?
Yeah, I started a little bit later, and that's where it started, eighth grade.
Absolutely. Do you wish you would have played more?
I do wish I would have played more, but I'm also happy that I didn't because I remember a lot of kids when I was a little bit younger, before eighth grade, seventh, sixth, all the way through elementary school, they all, Jesus Christ, they all had a lot of injuries, and that's what my mom was worried about was injuries. And good thing, I when I was young, I got well seasoned into sports, played a lot of different sports, so I got a lot of that, um, the fundamentals, all good. And then, yeah, I got all those fundamentals good, didn't get injured, so I'm happy that I was healthy going in my eighth grade year all the way to play through high school. So
All right. Well, Noah, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck this week against Imlay City.
thank you.